What's up, y'all? I'm Joelle, and for the next week, I'm going to attempt to recreate the favorite foods of the incredible, talented, iconic, world-renowned Korean girl group Blackpink. I've been a Blink for a while now, so I was so excited when I saw that my friend Jasmine made a video up on Tasty showing how to recreate some of Blackpink's favorite foods. So I'll be using some of her recipes as well as a bunch of my own to dedicate one day to each member's favorite foods, plus a little bonus day at the end of foods they've seen Blackpink eat all together. I'm very excited, and let's get started with the week. So we're starting off this challenge with Miss Jennie Kim, the powerhouse, and she is just a jack of all trades, incredibly talented when it comes to singing, rapping, and dancing. Jennie is known for being really dedicated to health and fitness, and when she's preparing for their comebacks, she's apparently very consistent in having an avocado salad and detox juice for breakfast. So that's what I decided to have. And when it comes to a detox juice, I know that lemon, cayenne, turmeric, and ginger are really popular ingredients, so we'll see how that tastes. While I don't think I would opt to eat salad for breakfast on a regular basis, I feel like as far as a breakfast salad goes, this is pretty good. We got some eggs, some protein, the avocado. It's very satisfying. This, however, is the part of the meal that I am not as excited about. It's not the worst thing I've ever had. I feel like knowing that this is good for me and it's gonna help like cleanse my bowels or whatever, makes me feel better drinking it. It is now lunchtime. Jennie really enjoys ordering avocado sandwiches, so that is what I made for my lunch today. It's just like a nice open-faced avocado sandwich. My toast broke. You know, I said I would eat Blackpink's favorite foods this week. I never said I would look as good as them while eating it, you know? Jennie is kind of known for being the most stylish member, being really particular about what she wears, so she'll collaborate with Blackpink's stylist to decide what she wears for tours or promos. So obviously with her impeccable fashion taste, she's earned the nickname Human Chanel. It is dinner time and I'm so excited. This recipe was featured in Jasmine's video on Tasty and is also a recipe from the queen herself that Jennie shared on a V Live, and that is pollock roe with rice. It's a pretty simple recipe, just with some white rice topped with pollock roe, avocado, and egg yolk, and seasoned with a little bit of sesame oil. And I honestly feel really bad destroying this to eat it because it looks so cute. It all ends up in the same place anyways though, right? Wow. Yes, chef. It's so simple, but the textures go together so well. And the avocado and the pollock roe balance each other out salt-wise perfectly. This beautiful melody of flavors. We could not end day one without sharing a Blackpink fact. And today's fact is that the name Blackpink is meant to represent the multidimensionality of the group as women in the entertainment industry. A YG Entertainment rep apparently said that the meaning of Blackpink aims to contradict the common perception of the color pink. Pink is commonly used to portray prettiness, but Blackpink actually means to say that pretty isn't everything. It also symbolizes that they are a team that encompasses not only beauty, but also great talent. Alrighty, y'all, it is Rosé's day. Rosé is a vocalist for Blackpink and she has an amazing voice, but she's also a really incredible dancer. I absolutely love Rosé, partially because she's known as Blackpink's foodie, having the nickname Foodie Chang coming from her Korean name, Park Chang. She's kind of known for eating a lot of weird food combinations, and on a radio show, she said one of her recent food combo obsessions has been goguma, Korean sweet potato, and kimchi. So that's what I am having for my breakfast. I got my potato. Let me get a nice piece of kimchi. We definitely have like a sweet, savory, spicy thing going on, but this is good. The warm potato and the cold kimchi complement each other so well. Rosé, girl, you're really onto something. This is yummy. I am so excited. Apparently one of Rosé's favorite dishes is the classic Korean corn dog. She said that she only likes it covered in sugar. So I got one with potato because we know that Rosé likes potatoes, and with light sugar. My jaw just popped. This has cheese and a corn dog in it. The texture is out of this world. You can obviously hear the crunch, but it's so good. And with the sweet chili sauce is like the cherry on top. I'm a little bit in a rush to get home, so I'm gonna get this to my sister before it gets cold. I was trying to get the hot dog to my sister's and I dropped it on the floor. But it's on the ground like Rosé's new single.
Is there innards?
Okay, my conclusion is that it's good. The potato with sugar actually isn't that sweet. It tastes a lot better than I thought it would.
Cheers! Taking a midday break from work, and it wouldn't be a rosé day without some flaming hot Cheetos, which is apparently one of our favorite snacks. And you know, you always gotta eat it with some chopsticks. While I'm here, I figured I might as well share today's Blackpink fun fact. When Blackpink's song Do 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 debuted at 55 on the Billboard Hot 100, they became the first Korean girl group ever ranked with a predominantly non-English song. Don't get me wrong, I love being able to sing along with my favorite K-pop groups in English because I'm still learning Korean, my Korean sucks. But I also love seeing non-English media being celebrated in pop culture. And I hope that as we move forward and as genres like K-pop become a little more globalized, that people will still really see the value in people being able to sing in their own native languages. Even though Rosé is ethnically Korean, she actually grew up in Australia. There was an interview where she was asked what kind of foods that she misses from home that she can't get in Korea, and one of the foods that she listed was shepherd's pie. So that's what I decided to make for dinner. It's my first time making it, so please don't judge. For those of you guys who've never had shepherd's pie, it's a combination of normally a meat stewed with some veggies, kind of in like a gravy and topped with mashed potatoes. I don't think I made enough mashed potatoes because it was a very scant layer on top. I personally really love shepherd's pie because it's super hearty and it's like a one dish meal, so I wouldn't rate my shepherd's pie very highly. It's all right, Rosé, I'll improve my shepherd's pie. Good morning, y'all, and it is Jisoo day. Jisoo is the oldest member of Blackpink and one of the main vocalists. She has the voice of an angel. And she's also really funny. She has a great sense of humor. She is actually also the only Blackpink member to have been born and raised in Korea for her whole childhood. So in typical Korean fashion, one of her favorite foods is rice. And it is such a versatile food. So of course this morning I wanted to doctor up my rice a little bit and make it into some juk, which is just a really classic Korean rice porridge. I also thought I would accompany my breakfast with an iced Americano because I've seen so many photos and like clips of Jisoo with an iced coffee, and I tend to believe that it's not just regular iced coffee, but an iced Americano, just because they're so common to get in Korea. I cannot describe how comforting the smell of rice porridge is to me. It's just so satisfying. Like the chicken broth just soaks into all the rice. Espresso is so good. Blackpink is often on the road, traveling, and they try all different kinds of cuisines. I saw Jisoo in their reality show, Blackpink House, having some shrimp tempura after a really late night of performing one of their concerts in Japan. So I decided I would try to make some shrimp tempura as well. I'm just having my shrimp tempura with some rice, some kimchi, and my favorite Japanese barbecue sauce. Oh my gosh, it's so good with the sauce. The crunch is so satisfying. And of course, I have to have it with my rice, Jisoo's fave. While I'm eating, I might as well share today's Blackpink fact. Blackpink is not just making waves in music, but also in fashion. Each of the 4 members of Blackpink serve as a global ambassador for a luxury fashion house, with Jisoo for Dior, Rosé for Saint Laurent, Lisa for Celine, and Jennie for Chanel. So in between taking care of her dog, Talcum, and being, you know, a worldwide pop sensation, apparently one of Jisoo's favorite pastimes is gaming. One of the mobile games she's been seen playing is Cookie Run, which I remember from like middle school. I decided to download it and just give it a try, you know, in honor of Jisoo. I feel like it's been so long since I've played games. When I was thinking about it, at first I was like, how in the world does Jisoo have time to play games in between rehearsals and touring and all the stuff that she has to do? But she's flying, she's traveling while on tour. So I feel like it does make sense that Jisoo is able to play games, you know, while on the road or just, you know, killing some time and relaxing. I died! That was so fast. Any Jisoo stan knows that it wouldn't be an eating like Jisoo day without what dish? That's right, chicken skewers, baby! There are literal compilations out there of Jisoo expressing her love for chicken, and she even made a song about it in one episode of Blackpink House. The casual version of this that you'll see sold oftentimes on the streets in Korea is called dakochi. I think I'm saying that right. And I made mine with 2 different sauces. One is a soy sauce, garlic based, and the second one is a gochujang red pepper based sauce. Mine definitely look a little saucier than the ones Jisoo ate in Blackpink House. This one's really good. It's so savory and it gets like a little charred from the grill, and it's so yummy. I'm amazed also that the chicken is like still juicy because I always overcook my chicken. Yay! I was nervous with this one. I hope it is up to Jisoo's standards of being a song-worthy chicken skewer. I am so excited for Lisa Day. Lisa is the maknae, the youngest member of the group, and she's the main dancer and rapper. She is so powerful. She's also known for bringing a lot of positive energy to the group, which I think is so, so sweet. And a well-known fact about Lisa is that she's actually from Thailand, not Korea. To honor Lisa's home country for breakfast, I thought I'd make tom yum soup. It is a Thai hot and sour soup with seafood, and it's super, super flavorful and will definitely wake me up this morning. There's a lot of really fun ingredients that I've actually never cooked with before. Oh. She's spicy. She's got a kick. I like that there's so many layers to the flavor of this dish. It has a little bit of sweetness, which I think honestly comes from the chili paste and the shrimp, but Also a lot of like savory umami from the fish sauce. And of course, we got a lot of heat. Not only does Lisa do obviously all of the Blackpink promo and work that the other girls are doing, but she also creates her own dance videos on her personal YouTube channel called Lily Film. And she'll just make these super high production dance concept videos, and they honestly are so high quality. They could be like their own music video. I'm so impressed with the fact that while she's in this world famous girl group, she's also creating so much additional content for viewers. I feel like all the Blackpink girls do that so well, of just doing so much for their fans. For Lisa's day, I was tempted to make gamjatang, the Korean stew that Jasmine made in her video for Tasty, but I feel like Lisa likes so many other foods that I just wanted to include a good variety. I don't know if I heard this correctly, so don't quote me on this, but I feel like I've heard her say that she said that she would want her last meal on earth to be sushi, so you know, I had to go get it. I know she likes spice, so I got some spicy tuna. I also had to get some sweet Thai tea, since there's this episode of Blackpink House where she's posing with milk tea like an advertisement in the girls' hotel room, and they're all making fun of her, so I always thought it was crazy impressive how not only are most K-pop idols required to speak Korean, obviously, but they also have to learn Japanese, since oftentimes K-pop groups will release Japanese versions of their songs, and they obviously do a lot of tours and press in Japan, so blows my mind. One of my favorite, like most heartwarming moments of Blackpink's reality show is when they're in Thailand. They were surprised by Lisa's parents coming in to create this beautiful feast for them, and the girls all saw the table before Lisa's parents came out, but what gave away the fact that it was Lisa's family that prepared the meal was this fondue pot that Lisa remembered from when she was a child. Her stepdad is actually a Swiss chef, so I decided to replicate the fondue that he surprised Lisa with. I've actually never made fondue for myself like this before, but I'm very excited to try. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Oh, you can hear the sizzle. The fondue is interesting. I feel like I can really taste like the white wine coming through. And I put a lot more garlic than the recipe called for, but I feel like garlic always makes everything taste better. Obviously have to share today's Blackpink fun fact, and today's fun fact is that Blackpink was positioned as an extremely international group, with 3/4 of the group spending time outside of Korea while growing up, and with Lisa actually being YG, their entertainment company's first international star. So with their diverse backgrounds, it makes sense that they're able to connect with and relate to just a really wide array of fans that also led to them being the first K-pop girl group to perform at Coachella. It would be a travesty to let Lisa's day go by without doing a little bit of dancing, so my sister Micah and I are gonna try to learn the Kill This Love dance, which I realize I can't show you with the music because it's copyright. You can see our process and us trying to do this dance over some nice copyright royalty-free music. Well, it is the last day of our challenge, so today I'm just making a bunch of foods that I've seen all the girls enjoy together, particularly in their show. In one of those episodes, Jennie wakes up early to make all the girls pancakes with fruit and all these beautiful little toppings, which I thought was so sweet. I'm attempting to make Japanese souffle pancakes as a way to, you know, make it fancy. But I know these are notoriously difficult to make. Inga has a video up if you want to follow her recipe. Who knows how many times I'll need to try to make these before they're right. Despite my many failures, they're well worth the effort. The texture is like out of this world. It's so fluffy and light. And the sweetness is so subtle. Also makes me feel better that in Blackpink House, as Jennie was making her pancakes, she kept flipping them wrong, because that's exactly what I did. You and me, Miss Jennie, both struggling with our pancakes. For lunch today, I'm making another dish that I've seen Blackpink cook together, and that is kimchi bokkeumbap, or kimchi fried rice. They made it specifically with pork belly and seasoned it with gochujang, so that's what I'm doing today. I decided to pair my kimchi bokkeumbap with a cheonggochu, just a green chili pepper. In the episode of Blackpink House when they were eating this, Rosé was just munching on this pepper, and they're really often eaten with gochujang, just dipped in and eaten raw. It's just like a really yummy, fresh way to break up the greasy heaviness of the fried rice. It is the final meal of our Blackpink eating challenge, but we're ending off with a bang. It's inspired by the episode of Blackpink House when they go to the jjimjilbang, which is just a Korean spa. There's charcoal saunas and you can get your body scrubbed down, but they also normally sell snacks. Literally so relatable. They went to go have a spa day, but were so distracted by the snacks. They had sweet potatoes, dumplings, duck, rice cakes, noodles, corn, all this stuff. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. This has probably been one of the meals that I'm most excited for in this whole week's challenge because it's just 80% carbs. I will say the only part of this meal that I actually cooked is the sauna eggs. These eggs are slow roasted and they're really commonly served at any Korean spa. It's actually perfect to pair with my chapaguri, which is a combination of chapaguri, which is black bean noodles, and neoguri, which is a seafood ramen brand in Korea. It got so popular for people to make the two together, that now they just manufacture like bowls of chapuguri, which has the two mixes mixed together for you. But in Blackpink house, Rosé was really fiending for some black bean noodles, so that's why I decided to get this. And before I get into dessert, I wanted to finish off this meal with our Blackpink fact. On Spotify, Blackpink is the second most streamed K-pop artist after BTS, making them the top most streamed K-pop girl group, reaching 300 million streams in 2020. I didn't want to end off our last day without a little bit of dessert. I'm having some shike, which Rosé was very enthusiastic about getting at the Jimjibang. It is a sweet rice drink. It's so refreshing and so sweet. It has a little bit of a grainy texture because there's actually grains of rice like floating around in there. Sadly, as we're at the end of our eating like Blackpink challenge, I'm looking back in the photos trying to figure out which day was my favorite. And I have to say, I think the winning day from this week was Jisoo's. The juk and the chicken skewers, the shrimp were all top notch. I would highly recommend trying to make any of those dishes on your own, as well as honestly anything from this week was so delicious and so much fun. So I hope you all enjoyed and thank you so much for watching. And if there's any other celebrity or group that you'd like me to try to eat like, please let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.